Hello and welcome. This is your host, author, and international speaker, Beverly Fells Jones. Each episode, we will discuss how to expand your world of thought, explore the world of positive thinking, law of attraction, and consciousness from many points of view. I truly believe that you have been given the power to create the life that you desire. Therefore, it is my intention to share with you information and guests that will enlighten and empower you in your life. I'm here to encourage you to think in the positive and show that miracles can happen. So let's get started. Every so often, I find it interesting to review previous podcasts. Actually, I wind up reviewing previous podcasts because someone goes out and listens to it and sends me an email and says, "Oh, that was so good. I listened to it and it just, it resonated with me so well." So this week I decided to go look at some podcasts that I've done years ago. And so I found this one from 2015, and it's a technique to take control of mind over body. So listen in, and I hope that you enjoy the information. And as always, it is great having you listen. Please share the link, share the show with your friends and family. All right, let's take a listen to what I had to say in 2015.
Yes, let's get started. Oh, this is such a fantastic day. I tell you, and I've had just a wonderful, wonderful couple of weeks. I want to welcome you to today's show. I want to do a shout out to my family on positive21.org and all my other listeners. It is a pleasure for me to be here and talk to you and share information that I get and just let you know. So let's start our week and what our intention is for the week. What is it that you really want this week to represent? What do you want to do? The other day I posted on Facebook that I had an intention for the day, and that day was for it to be really a great day, and it was. I had a wonderful, beautiful, that was a Saturday. So take your deep breath and another. And just slow it down just for a little bit. Just take another deep breath in and out. We know that there is a power that is in all of us, in everything, in every person that you set your eyes on. There is this power within you and within me that when I see you, I see God. I see this power and presence that's in the universe that has been there, has always been and always will be. And this power shows its essence through us, around us, in front of us, behind us, above us, and below us. And to this power, within this power, we set our intention, and our intention for the week can be whatever you desire the most. Is it to have a really good week at work without any issues? So let's do. Our intention is to have a great week at work. That my minds work well and we get the answers we need when we need them. It is our intention that our relationships take a good turn and we have some breakthroughs this week, and that we see some things that we can do within ourselves to change ourselves and thus change our outward world. And we want to find those breakthroughs this week that will help us bring into our lives those things that we truly desire, whatever that is. It is my intention that you have a peaceful and calm week. For those of you who have lost someone this week, I want you to be able to be peaceful and calm and know that God, they're with you, always with you. I do not dare know how you feel, but I know that there is pain. And I just set my intention that that pain eases and that you can remember the joy, the happiness that you shared with that person or people. And now let's prepare for our week and say thank you, thank you. I want to thank you. It is done, it is so. Okay, let's see. I am so blessed today. I am just awesome and excited. On Friday evening, I did something I've never done before, and it was really weird. It was called a Facebook chat. Many people haven't done it. But you go into the event room, you've been invited to an event, and you go to that event room place on Facebook, and you keep refreshing your screen. You type in and ask a question or make a statement, and then you refresh your screen to see if somebody else has done that. And you said, well, why were you doing a Facebook chat? Well, it was for the reveal of the cover of my new book, Manifesting the Life You Want, Prime Directives for Abundant Living. Yes, I finally got it done. And during that chat, a young lady by the name of Nicole Holland of Canada won a copy of my other book, Christianity, the Law of Attraction and the One Command. And we had two others who won audio CDs of meditations. All right, so you can find Manifesting the Life You Want on Amazon. The paperback is ready for purchase, and the Kindle version will be out on August the 1st. So get your copies today. All right, it's called Manifesting Your Life, the Life You Want, and it's by me, Beverly Fells Jones. All right, and I'll be at the Run Women's Conference in Carrollton, Texas, that's north of Dallas, on July 22nd and 23rd, 2015. For more information, go to runconference.org. That's runconference.org. So if you're in the Dallas area, please come out to meet me. That's going to be on the 22nd. It's from 6 until 9. And the 23rd, it's from 7 a.m. until, I think, about 5. But I'll be there with gospelisgolden.com and Blues Jazz Radio. We'll have a table there, and I'll be there with my Christianity, Law of Attraction books because my manifesting books aren't here yet. Anyway, so let's get on. You've heard the phrase, it is a simple case of mind over matter. A simple case of mind over matter. What does that mean? We find that controlling our minds can be extremely difficult. And and in turn, what you think dictates how you behave, all right, and what happens, your behavior is reflected out, and it's how you take care of yourself, it's how you are at work, it's how you are at play, it's how you are with your family, and then the way you think dictates your health and how you see life and how you move in the world, all right, and how you see your world and how the world is responding to you dictates, again, how you think. And the cycle continues. So you want to think about, how can I break that cycle? What thoughts create your life? Right? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about focus first. It's been said that what you think about most of the time is how your life will be. It is reflected in your outward world. So how do you change your focus? How do you stop thinking about what you don't want and concentrate on what you do want? Well, in this episode, we're just going to look at that really in a different way from what you may have thought about in the past. A famous Holocaust survivor, and I saw a video of this, so you might search this guy out. His name is Jack Swartz, and that's Schwarz, okay, and he was able to be totally focused as a young child in a concentration camp. He used his mind that actually saved his life. This man, I mean, he was so awesome. He was studied by researchers at the Menninger Foundation, and he demonstrated the power of his mind over his body by taking a long sail like on boats, that sailboats. All right, long needle. This needle was, let's say it was 10 inches long and thick, and put it through his biceps and his arm, and he got no bleeding. He was able to do this through his self-created meditation techniques and practices. All right, now think of him as a child needing to disappear or needing to calm himself in a concentration camp. That he had this knowledge to do this. He explained that by voluntarily attaining a specific brainwave state, he could control the pain of physical trauma. He could actually regulate blood flow, blood pressure, and heart rate. And so these experiments they did with him demonstrated his ability to actually heal his body within hours after he was injured, also to be unaffected by toxic substances that were injected in his body. One time he had broken his leg, had an x-ray done of it, right? And he was able to heal it. In fact, he was talking to an auditorium full of doctors, and he put this x-ray up on the board, and he asked several doctors to come up and talk about this leg. And they said, we'd put a pin and we'd have to do surgery. It's badly broken. We'd have to do surgery on it, and so on. And he looked at the doctors and he said, that was me this morning. And he was walking on the stage normally, and they took an x-ray of his leg and it was healed. This is the power that we really have that we don't use, or we've never been learned to use, right? So the fact that Mr. Swartz was able to do this demonstrates to me that I could do this if I put my mind to it, right? We talked about the 4-minute miles many times, and the fact that it took so long for Roger Bannister to break the 4-minute mile in 1954, because people were saying it could be broken, and he did. He did it in 3 minutes, 59 seconds, and 4 milliseconds, all right? But before that, nobody could. But once it was shown that it could be done, then our collective consciousness said, ooh, if he could do it, I could do it. And many have been able to achieve that. So how do you train yourself to have mind over body? Jack Swartz used meditation to lower the frequency of his brain waves to a much lower level, the normal level. And this is what I talk about all the time. Lowering it from our fast beta brain, which is what that brain wave is called, beta brain wave, moving really quick, talking really quick, thinking really quick. Everything is black and white, yes or no, nothing, and you're going in this, the thought of a gerbil or a little rat on a little wheel continuing to go around came to mind, right? So we need to do this. We need to lower our brain waves. So how can we do this? Well, I've talked about meditation and doing and being in a meditative state. So that's the first thing that you need to learn to do, is to take yourself into a meditative state. So for those of you who are beginners at this, what you do is you find a location in a chair, comfortable chair, or on your bed but sitting up, because when you do this, and I do this often sometimes, fall asleep, okay? And you don't want to fall asleep. I've even said that if you can't find a place in the house, there's one place that I know that usually you can get some privacy, and that's the bathroom, right? Take a nice long bath, or just sit and take your 5 minutes, yes. For the beginning, sit for 5 minutes a day with no distractions, including music, nothing, no sound. And this will be very hard for some people because they're used to background noise. They're used to playing music. They may not be paying attention to it. You know, it's like, why do you have the television on? You're not watching it. It's just the background noise. Or you'll have the radio going, or you'll have something. I want you to have nothing on and either just listen to your breathing, listen to your heartbeat. Yeah, when you're quiet, you can feel your heart beating in your chest. You can concentrate on that. You can find something and just fixate your eyes on watching that. I tried watching the candle thing. The candle flicker just kind of messed with my eyes. So I picked the candle. I blew out the light and just watched the candle. And yes, your eyes might go and get unfocused. That's good. All right? That's good. And leave them unfocused, but still keep them toward that candle. So what happens when you defocus your eyes? Your brain waves are slowing down. When you close your eyes, your brain waves actually start slowing down. 5 minutes a day. Just find that spot and relax. When you are comfortable sitting, just sitting still for 5 minutes, just set your alarm on your phone or on your clock radio or something. Just set the alarm for 5 minutes. You know, if you're finding it's good and you continue to do it, then you want to make it longer. But I just want you to do this for 5 minutes and get used to doing it. Once you get used to sitting there for 5 minutes, and it may take you a couple days, and you can do this a couple times a day. It's no, you don't have to do it just once a day. If you can do it more times a day, I would love for you to do that. But I'm going to add something to this once you're used to doing this 5 minutes a day. I want you to not move your body. Don't move your hands. Don't move your shoulders. Don't move your legs. Don't cross your legs. Especially don't cross your legs. Do not scratch when you itch. And you're going, huh? Yeah. Your leg, your arm, your neck, all of them. All of a sudden your scalp starts to itch or your arm starts to itch. Your body wants to twitch. Your body wants to move. It wants to have control. And this is the beginning of taking control of your body. Right? Initially, you wait as long as you can not to move. I mean, your body is going to want to make you move. And I'm telling you because I started doing this particular thing because I said, is that possible? Normally I say, oh, you can adjust your body. You can, scratch if you want to scratch. All that's okay. But now it's time to take even more control, to gain even more focus. And so you work to not move. Don't scratch the itch. Let me tell you what happens. Your body will start making it painful. No, not pain like pain, but like I got to scratch. I have to. I've got to move my leg. I got my leg. Ooh, I just have. And I'm gonna tell you what happened to me is that they talk about Tourette syndrome or a spasm, a muscle spasm. That happened. Yes, and my leg moved, and it was like I didn't want to do that. Yeah, why'd you do that? And I realized that we don't have control over our body, all right? So learning to take control mentally, sometimes we let the body control us. We control our body. I like to think of me, this body that I'm in, as a robot. And my mind is my infinite wisdom, my higher self, controlling this body. If you've watched Men in Black, there was a scene where there was this big guy and all of a sudden, Will Smith was talking to him or Jones was talking to him and the front of his face opened up and there was this little guy with these controls. Well, think of your mind as that little guy and these controls telling your body what to do, right? I mean, yes, it would flinch. And I came to realize that we just don't pay attention. In fact, we have no idea how we move or can lift our leg or even our finger. We have no idea. I mean, I'm moving my hands now. You may be moving your hands or walking or working at your desk or typing. But how do you make them move? You just do. Scientifically, it has been found that when you give your arm or hand a command to move, it's already moving before it gets there. They tried to see how, when you think something, how quickly it went to your limbs, and it was like instantaneous. And they go, how is that? Now, when you touch something, or if they checked if you were touched, how quickly you got it. But the idea was it took a slight delay if they touched you with the probe to get to your brain. However, you didn't feel it till your brain told you to feel it. So there's a delay. It's really fast, but it takes a moment. So your mind helps to control the body, all right? But we haven't been working to control our mind. As you practice not moving while in this meditative state, Just make note of how your body is reacting. And what will happen, you will find that you'll become focused on not moving, and it will take you some time to master this. The more you try to stay still, the more your body wants to make itself move. No multitasking during this time. Like I said, I want you to have it quiet, nothing going on, and I want you to do one small step at a time. Each time you practice, it's like starting all over again. Each time you sit down for that 5 minutes, if you're just learning to sit, start all over again. If you get interrupted, start all over again. I want you to do this until you can sit for 20 minutes. All right? So you do this, you start with 5, and then you just add a minute, because your body will get used to sitting still for that 5 minutes, but when it gets over that 5 minutes, it's going to want to move. And you're going to take your mind to control. It's not moving. All right, and I want you to add a minute. And when you master the 6 minutes, then you go to 7. Now, this might take you the rest of this year. It depends on how often you do this. If you do this every day, if you do this multiple times a day. And once you've gotten to 20 minutes or more of being in this meditative state, you're not only having control over your body, but you will find that you're going to be having control over your life and your thoughts. So controlling your body and then doing prime directives and doing your meditation pieces of asking for you what you want, setting your intention, because you can do this once you're in that meditative state and you don't not even worried about your body moving, and you set your intention for what you desire. You're going to see things changing in your life. Remember, we can set our intention, but we also have to act in harmony with that intention. We have to go through the process of doing inspired action as we move forward in our life. So mastering this, you will have control over your body, and from there you can heal yourself, which I'll talk about another time. You can ask for what you want easily and have it show up in your life, as I mentioned. You have learned focus, and focus brings you what you most desire. I saw a quote yesterday, and I want to share this with you, and I'm going to give you this. I'm going to talk about this, I think, next week, too. But think about this quote. People pretend not to like grapes when the vines are too high for them to reach. And this was by Marguerite de Navarre. She lived from 1492 to 1549. So I'll talk about this next week, and I want to thank you for being here, and I want you to practice this week. Send me a comment, or send me an email, or find me on Facebook, and let me know how you're doing and what it's doing for you to learn to focus.
I hope that you enjoyed today's show and you learned a little bit more. One thing I do know is sometimes I have to listen to my own podcasts again to kind of remind me where I was, what I was talking about, and look at the progress that has been made. Anyway, Join me next week. And as I said, if you do that, text me. Send me a text, 484-809-9017. And let me know how you're doing. Or find me on Facebook. Or send me an email at beverly@commandingyourlife.com. Talk to you next week. Thank you for listening today. Please share the link to this show with your friends and family so that they can learn how to be the best that they can be. Visit my website at commandingyourlife.com and follow me on Facebook. Have any suggestions for the show? Just contact me by emailing beverly@commandingyourlife.com. Be sure to join me on the next episode. As you have believed, let it be done to you, and it is so.